I might turn down the game a bit. Yeah. Okay. That should be fine. This is the dumbest thing. Hello, Alice, and hello, Spencer. How are you both? Okay. Audio seems fine to me. Welcome to the Surge special. This is not what I expected to be doing. TBH, hello, how are you? Glad that you're doing great, Spencer. This is not what I had planned. This is not what was on the calendar. But circumstances have dictated that this makes the most sense. TBH, I'm doing well. How are you? A brief explanation, which I'm going to head the stream with, in case you may not be aware. Power surged right as I was going to start Oracle of Ages. I didn't break anything, no. The weather, I don't know if you can hear it, it is storming outside. And it caused a power flash. And so that's why I'm quite late, because I had to wait for my computer to get started. And instead of playing a game where if I lose progress on my save, I'm going to have to make that up, and I'm going to have to replicate things, that it's going to be a whole kind of mess. I was like, what's the dumbest possible solution that is based solely upon word association that I can come up with? Hence the Surge special. Welcome. So the power, it may stay on the whole time. Here's some thunder. It may get knocked out at any given moment. There is a chance of storms pretty much for the remainder of the evening. And so knowing that the power infrastructure is already in interesting straits, I'm gonna do this. If I make it, great, I win. If I lose, great, I lose. There's tension, there's stakes, and I get to play Pokemon. And yeah, Alice, good idea. Good idea to not have things blow up. So normally I would wait till about 5 minutes in. For things to to get started, but I'm gonna start like now. Cause I wanna win. I wanna win. This is gonna be a very weird night, okay? But I'm actually I'm strangely amped about this. Ignore that. We're not playing that save. Oh gosh. I don't need any of this. I understand how the game works. Thank you. And yeah, no, Alice, for sure. Yes, amped. That I didn't mean for that to happen, but it did.
Hello there. Glad to meet you. I'm not going to be saying anything else.
Let's speed this up. Gianna, I feel ya. Hopefully, it'll be nice to, be learning things again, and I hope you can enjoy it. I'm gonna be a girl because why not? I played Fire Red as a boy last year. It's kind of a speedrun, yeah. My name is going to be Thomas, because that makes sense. Yes. Okay. We're gonna see him like once. We're gonna name our rival. Can you hear that? Seriously. We're gonna name him Storm. For obvious reasons. No. We already have a character named Surge. Alright. Girl, let's go. Not gonna talk to my mom. It's unnecessary. She's not important. To the story, I don't like her. We just need to keep things moving.
Hey, wait! Don't go out.
Oh. Gianna, that's too bad. Man, I remember I had classes that were on mixed schedules, so some were like every day, but some were A-Day, B-Day. That was a whole kind of mess. Darn right. So, you know, given that I've already done a playthrough of Fire Red, I'm not going to be reading like any of this. If you want that experience, go and watch the VODs that don't exist anymore. Okay. Are you Bulbasaur?
Yes!
I would like Bulbasaur. Because Bulbasaur will have type advantage against Brock and Misty and resist Surge. Alright, let's give a nickname. Nicknames for Pokemon. Horf. His name is going to be Horf. Where's the F? There it is. Horf. Oh, sorry, Alice. I wanted to call him Horf. We may catch something else that I could name Deku. I wanted him to be called Horf. Alright. So anyways, how are y'all doing this evening? I hope you're well. It's an interesting one here. That's right, they do the like tutorial in the battle on this one. Chem, Geometry, English, and History. That's a good schedule though, Gianna. Alright. We're just gonna throw tackles at everything. Oh! Coconut, welcome on in. How are you doing? A, and B, the Story Thieves. So, the Story Thieves is a grilling docudrama about the people who, after Shakespeare produced his manuscripts and then died, the people who took them from Shakespeare's widow and put them into the public domain for reproduction so that Shakespeare's widow, modern-day Anne Hathaway, couldn't bogard them and steal all the copyright. Yeah, that's right. Go, Horf. And best of luck with your laundry. But how'd I do on the description? I feel like I nailed it. I shouldn't have won that battle, by the way. TVH. Hello again. I'm not saving. Not saving at all. Also, the color correction is maybe a little bright. Enjoy your lurk, TVH. Okay. So let me see. Yeah, I got healed. So we're just gonna run along. I don't need to talk to my mother. Thanks. Along we go! We're on the road to Viridian City. I almost started singing, not gonna do it. Though, if you've never heard On the Road to Viridian City, yeah, it is a little bright. I'm gonna fix that. It's wasting time. Just mash A while I'm doing it. What is the next best color correction? Probably this one. Doop. It's a little dark. Oop, no, not that. That'll do. That'll be a good one. It's kind of like going to the eye doctor. Is it 1 or is it 2? By the way, if anyone comes in and starts asking about the Surge special, I'm just gonna... I don't know if I'm even gonna, be able to explain it properly again. Aw, that would be adorable, TVH. I don't know that I'm gonna catch a Rattata, though. I mean, the only Pokemon I really need is Horf. right? Girl and a friend, and she can jump into books because her father was a fictional character who escaped from his book somehow. So it's like Inkheart, but backwards. And they try not to change the stories, inadvertently make friends and enemies with fictional characters. Neato. Sounds like a fun thought experiment. And especially fun if you're a fan of whatever books that they cover in it. Yeah. Also, solid reference on my part, pulling Inkheart out of nowhere. Yeah, exactly, Spencer. You got it, you got it, you got it. Like, seriously, I'm gonna cram as much content into however long I've got as possible. Knowing, like, how the storm system looks, it's gonna be storming here for, like, the next 4 or 5 hours, so... Oh, Coconut, that's wonderful. I did come from Pallet Town. How did you know? I do know Professor Oak. I don't see why I should have to be his errand girl. I almost said errand boy, but that would have been wrong. Also... Okay, good. Text speed is on fast. It just feels slow because I'm trying to rush. Okay. Gosh, getting the running shoes cannot come fast enough. Alice, I love that you are also providing your description using the lens that you understand. But Coconut, if I can keep you company while you're working on your laundry, I'm happy to do it. Coconut, that's awesome. Alright. Oh, take this thing so I can get my Pokedex. I don't want to talk to you anymore. You're the worst. Nice, Mystic. I'm glad. I know you are a Pokemon fan. All right, I do think I'm going to skip the second rival battle, because I don't need to do it. That's kicking. That's awesome, Coconut. Got a little film critic on your hand. I love the heck out of that. I don't know. I was never like a super avid reader. So I don't know if I have that sort of thing. I always have weird things around math from my childhood. All right. Thank you, Daisy. My favorite character from Pokemon, Princess Daisy. Thank you. And I could get the potion from the PC, but I think it would be faster to just get the one from talking to the guy. Is it this guy or is it the next guy? Hey. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna want probably one of those for Viridian Forest. I won't get poisoned, which is nice. That's the good part about rolling with a poison type. But I'll still take damage. This is just gonna be, like, so much of my life has been spent reading Pokemon guidebooks, whether for Leaf Green, for, you know, Red, Yellow, and Blue. Y'all have seen my Ratty Red, Yellow, Blue guidebook. Like, I should know this, you know, the beginning of the game, inside, forward, out, upwards, and backwards. Mm-hmm. Orph is BA for sure. Okay, I don't need any potions. I don't need to go to Route 24, so I just gotta deal with this old man. Stranger danger. I'm like a 10-year-old girl. You should not be talking to me. But so, yeah, there are a couple items that I can pick up. Oh my gosh, so slow. That I can pick up in Viridian Forest, but really the big thing is I just need to level up enough so that I can use Vine Whip. If I can use Vine Whip, I can steamroll Brock. Yeah, I feel like those are the directions that I said, Alice. Or at least some of them. The Teachy TV, which no one ever used and no one ever will. I mean, Coconut, that is definitely how I played Pokemon the first time I played it. Oh, it's a Gene Wilder thing? I did not know that, Alice. Well, then I dig the heck out of that. There's like a hidden item here? Or here? Aha! I don't need this. But I remembered, and I could sell it for money. Sword? Sword was fine. Nice. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing it. Yeah, I know he was in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Wait, really? No one ever told me that. So wait, did I just get one of the endings and no one was like, you know there are multiple endings, right? Or is it like the epilogue thing? Alright, this Weedle needs to chill the heck out. If I got a Ponyta, that would be amazing, but I don't think... Actually, I'm not sure that Ponytas are wild in Leaf Green. Oh, no, they definitely are. I can definitely get them at the Ember Isles. Motherfucker, I sure haven't. I'm happy to say that I have never downloaded TikTok. No acute judgment towards anyone who has. You know, people have sent me videos from there, and some of them are mildly enjoyable. In fact, Coconut, one of your favorites, the person you say reminds me of, they remind you of me. That's a TikTok thing, right? Okay. If I get into a battle with like a Metapod or something... Oh my gosh. Speak it into the world and it will become true. Gonna heal off this thing. Right? Seriously, Alice. Out of thin air. It's the mustache and the hair, Mafakata. And a penchant for dressing in silly outfits. Personality-wise, a little different, but... Or at least from what I've seen. I suppose I shouldn't judge, because the stuff that Coconut sends me, he's always doing a character. Honestly, if I put my hair down, and sort of parted it in the middle instead of to one side... Yeah. That should answer that question. Oh my. That is a big one. Alright, Horf is level 9 though. We're doing good. Alice, take all the time you need. Enjoy whatever business you have to take care of. Wouldn't it be great if I just had like a Foley artist in my room instead of this being an actual storm? Like I was like putting on all this fake urgency. And there was just a guy standing with like a sheet of metal wobbling it back and forth, you know, just off screen. Yeah, I never did the epilogue. I'm not terribly interested in the epilogue, if I'm honest. I know people have recommended it. I'll get to it at some point. Really, I mean, I think so. It would be quite an accomplishment to have all that coordinated. What if it were like just my mom? The thunder sounds so funny. Like we're getting lots of the different kinds of thunder crashes. What little whiteboards, Mafakata? I know. Oh, okay. Don't want to die. We're gonna use one of those potions now. It's gonna be great. That's why I have two, and I'm using Leech Seed liberally. I don't think my Horf has the best defense. Because poison is all poison attacks are physical attacks in this one. I mean, I remember little whiteboards, but I don't remember whittling them. That's where my point of confusion lies. Coconut, it would seriously be, like, hilarious. Surge special, everyone! Seriously, after one of these, the stream is just gonna go down and you're gonna be like, yep, that's the one. I warned you. It like hasn't stormed much all summer. And just tonight it's just like, yeah, we're gonna storm a lot now. It's never happened before, Coconut, so who even knows? Mafakata, I'm expecting that, and I'm accounting for it. Yes, it is, Gianna. Yeah, it's storming, so this is what, this is why we're doing this. If the power surges, I'm done. I lost the challenge. But until such point, I'm still in the hunt. And I gotta be moving through Viridian Forest faster than this. I kind of don't want to skip battles because these are easy ones to level on. Because the bugs can't do much to me, and there are, you know, a number of trainers with flying type Pokemon on the walk up to Mount Moon. I'm also almost out of tackles. I shouldn't use tackle on Kakuna because it's building its physical defense. Okay, I'll switch to Vine Whip, even though I don't want to waste all my Vine Whips. I could just use Growl and wait for Leech Seed to take care of it, but that would take too long. If I really wanted to go fast, I could turn off battle animations, but I hate doing that because the game is just so much less fun without the battle animations. I mean, come on. Come on. Alright, I am only going to use 2 Vine Whips, I think. Oh, that would be so much better. Oh, who is this? Leon Gamer, thank you so much for the follow. No, Ryan, if you missed in the Discord, the Surge special is essentially, it's storming outside. Power surged right before I was going to start playing Oracle of Ages. I was like, okay, I can't play a game where I need to save. And so I'm like, okay, I can just play Pokemon. And then it came to me, Surge special. I'm going to try and beat Lieutenant Surge before my power gets knocked out. That's what tonight's all about. It's the dumbest thing, but I'm having so much fun. Yeah, I mean, different causes of the power. Vernon, hello. How are you? Different causes. But absolutely similar in effect. The Robin story is, of course, from, you know, my dad messing around with some electricity. And yeah, no. I think it came back at some point. So it's not like it was gone for a while. It's still around is perhaps a misnomer. It's back. Because like everything from the 90s, you know, late 2010s, we were like, oh yeah, more of that, please. Full House? Yes. Sabrina the Teenage Witch? Yes. Though, unfortunately for me and my hair, the Widow's Peak with fluff hair did not come back into style. Because I could be rocking that right now. Right, Horf is putting in work, thank you. Alright, let's use Vine Whip on this one. Also, is the game at like an appropriate level? Is it too loud? Hello, Chris, how are you? Welcome to the Surge special. I hope you're prepared. Good morning, noon to you too. Prepare for trouble, make it double. And the rest of the lyrics. We're a Nymphere short of a Crystal Chronicle. Alright. If I can get to like level 14 by the time we're piecing on out of here, I'll be in great shape. Even like 12 or 13, I'll be fine, because I can wail on the early gym trainer. It's funny, because like, back when I did the Game Boy Color Grab Bag Night, I played Pokemon Blue up to, I don't know, maybe Misty? I think I played up to Misty. Avocado, it's to be expected at that age. And Mr. Taking a nap before the stream is a sound practice, I have to say. Oh, this is just a wild Metapod. Okay, I'll throw one Vine Whip on it and then just growl it the rest of the way down. Oh, okay. Also fair. I mean, 13 is just a time at which your emotions have no inhibitions. Ergo, it makes complete sense to veer between fits of violent rage and tearful crying. Wait, what's the little skull at the end? Mom got a good metaphor. It's almost like storms are on the mind for some reason. Gotcha, Image. So is the chat, like, big enough? It's readable in full screen. Okay. This is a layout that I haven't worked that much on because I don't play Game Boy Advance games that often. It could be improved. I should probably put it on my list. Okay. Sir? Did I know the Pokemon evolve? No, I definitely didn't. This is my first time playing a Pokemon game. What does it mean? Charlie? I feel like whenever one of the thunder crashes is loud enough to actually be heard on stream, it should be a challenge to see who can post like a thunder cloud or the word boom first. I don't know what the reward for said challenge would be. But I feel like it would add to the franticness. Yeah, alright. I'm just gonna growl it down. Let the leech seed do the work for me. So I've got limited power points. At the very least, you know, Horf isn't taking damage no mo. And we should get to Brock within the first hour, which is on pace. I think genuinely the big thing is just going to be the walk up to Mount Moon. Because that's an area where, you know, there's a number of Pokemon, you know, that Horf will be weak to. At good level. Yeah, Horf's got this. I feel like Horf's, you know, got some talent to him. Alright, I'll tackle it down. Horf! Also, I definitely didn't pick this because it sounds sort of onomatopoetically like a fat dog laughing. Like, Horf, 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 Horf. Definitely didn't pick it because of that. It's just a happy accident. Horf. Okay, I think there's one more bug catcher after this. 3 tackles and I'll have probably 3 vine whips. I think that'll be good. Oh gosh, that to get to Lieutenant Surge, that means I have to do part of the SSAN. Also, oops. What has reminded you of Bob Ross, Gianna? And oh, that was my Latch Leech Seed. That's not great. Okay. Well, that'll be fine, probably. And I am not... I've never seen Howl's Moving Castle. I know I'm missing out on a Cinema Classic there, but... Okay. I think I need to save my Vine Whips. Just growl it down. Because it is... Right now it's looking kind of possible that I could get myself into a fight where I gotta... I gotta go through all my growls and use Struggle. And I don't want to do that. That would waste a lot of time. I'm trying to make it through. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't even realize that I'd said it. I'm not familiar enough with wacky races to confirm Mofkata, but it's certainly possible. So I reckon if I see like a Pikachu while I'm walking, I'll catch it. I was hoping that I would summon one from out the blue. Oh! Congratulations, Thorny. I hope you're enjoying Club Penguin. And I'm glad you got gifted a sub somewhere. That's awesome. Welcome on in. How are you doing this evening? Presumably well. Well, that makes complete sense, Motherfucker. Batman, Howl's Moving Castle, same demographic. And that demographic being middle-aged women. Alright. Last battle. Oh, that's right. This guy just has the really tough Weedle. Or, well, really tough. Level 9. I'm good. Between my tackles and my Vine Whips, I should have enough. Ooh. Nice critical hit. Right. Well done, Horf. Clapping for emphasis. Okay. There we go. Made it through with a few moves to spare. Alright, let's heal up and go take care of the gym. Wouldn't it be interesting if, you know, if in any of the Pokemon games there was ever a gym that was, you know, not about Pokemon, but literally just about physical fitness, and when you walked in, they were like, Pokemon? No. It's not what this is for. I know that the fighting dojo in this one kind of hits that bill, but it's more like it was just a fighting gym that, you know, was defunct. So they still had fighting Pokemon. I never played Club Penguin. It was not my internet poison of choice as a child. I think I was just a year or two past the age that I should have been to have loved it. And to have played it a lot. Maylene's, yeah. But they still had Pokemon. I'm talking about like one where it's like Pokemon aren't even involved. They're just like, no, this is for us. Yeah, especially though with how they redid Maylene's in Platinum. Super Jimmy. I remember like pushing around like the sandbags and things. Alright. Horf is doing excellently. I don't think he'll be quite ready to evolve off of the gym battle, but I'll definitely win. Why isn't there a gym leader named Jim, period? Seems like a missed opportunity. Pokemon devs, get on it. With how creative their names have been lately, I feel like that would be really par for the course for them. Oh! Snap! Pokemon burn! You better bring... Never melt ice. I thought I was gonna say... I wasn't gonna say it. Alright, there we go. Brock down. Gotta love having something that they're quad weak to. Morph is trying to learn Poison Powder. I'll ditch Growl for that. Sleep Powder. Sleep Powder can come in really handy when you're up against Misty. But Horf should be a high enough level at that point that I won't need it. So no. I want damage. I want raw damage. Nope. It's just a regular Bulbasaur. Though the shiny for Bulbasaur is quite close, isn't he? Oh, the Geodude? I don't think so. Unless I completely didn't notice it. Jamantha. Jamantha may be my favorite. Although I love Gem as a sort of subversion on trend. And a beautiful name. Alright, I need to go to Shoe Dude. Because even though, like, I still gotta walk back to the Pokemon Center and heal, I need the shoes. Thank you. Oh my heavens. This is gonna be so helpful. No, I don't need to read the letter. I get it. Shoes. Oh my god. These shoes rule. Now this is like Pidgey Girl, right? She's got a bunch of Pidgeys. Mihan, I'm aware. But you know what? I'm gonna submit it as a category one. Mihan, thank you for the host. Like, I'll definitely do it. Okay, don't kill me, please. Oh boy, 10 damage. That's great. Definitely what I wanted to see. Yeah, I know, Mihan, I know. I'm kidding. Entirely. But Mihan, how are you doing? I'm sorry it's not Oracle of Ages, but extenuating circumstances. Oh boy. I'm glad you're doing pretty well. That is wonderful to hear. Okay, I should go ahead and heal. Actually, maybe shouldn't have done this battle. So long as she keeps using Tackle, that'll be fine, though. Ah! Well, the very best of luck to you, Mihan. I know that work is absolutely dreadful, and so I wish you the very, 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 very best. Okay. I'm in pretty good shape. I just gotta... Okay, good. I got seeds on the first one. I just gotta hope for good luck in her move selection. Use Sand Attack all you want. That's fine. Because I can win if you do nothing but Sand Attack. Power statements? Mihan, please explain power statements to me. Because I have never heard this, and that sounds like some bull malarkey, if I've ever heard some. Not mean? Right. I don't know if I'm going to do all the battles along this route, but again, you know, getting levels early while they're easy is going to be helpful. I think Vine Whip will do more damage with same type attack bonus on Caterpie since it's only half resist versus quarter. I see. So it's essentially like a skills portion of your resume, but with more words. Gosh, I hate applying for jobs. Oh, it's dreadful work. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. But, you know, once you get past the hurdles that they set in front of you, There are more hurdles, but, you know, it's worth it in the end to make money. Alright, you could stop using String Shot at any point, Mr. Weedle. Also, I don't remember if... I think it's a 16 evolve. I presently can't remember if Bulbasaur evolves at level 16 or 18. I mean, I know it evolves from Ivysaur into Venusaur at 32. Nice on the critical. Well done, Horf. I think it's a 16. Yeah. There we go. Horf is now an Ivysaur. Yep, it's our very own Ivyhorf. And, Mihan, that would be way too easy, wouldn't it? Applying for jobs isn't supposed to be easy. It's supposed to weed out the people who don't really care about it. Happy Labor Day. Once again, I despise the job application process. What's funny is, like, for the job that I ended up getting, their process was very straightforward. Like, I feel like the places that ask for all this extra stuff, it's like, if they're gonna ask for all that extra stuff on your application, what does that say about, you know, the rest of the, you know, the culture of the work at the company? Labor Day Mofficata is a day in the United States that we get off as a celebration of labor, organized or otherwise. And also a fashion milestone, because after this day you are not allowed to wear white. Save for, of course, if it's in a tasteful diamond pattern. I think I got one more battle, and then I'll run back to Pokemon Center before doing more. Until Christmas. At least that's how I interpret the statute. I'm delighted by the way you've put it, Mian. I still like organized or otherwise for the, you know, for the rhyme, but... Alright. Use Leech Seed, get some health back on this Kakuna. It'll quad resist Vine Whip, but it'll probably still be more effective than using Tackle, just because it's boosting its defense. Ugh. Neither of which are... Yeah. Strange indeed, but... You know, it's... this... America's weird. And that's my political statement for today. America is weird. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll subscribe to my e-newsletter, where I continue to expand upon my views that are based on empty platitudes. But of course, if you follow me on MySpace, then you'll see my real opinions. I hope there is someone out there who is still using MySpace legitimately as their main social media platform. I really do. Okay. I think I'll just let the leech seed take care of the rest. Honestly, being able to heal myself... Oh, I can't just growl at it. I can poison it, though. I wonder if the poison will take effect first or the leech seed. Alright. So I think, if my ears are not betraying me, the thunder has calmed itself for the moment. Now, I know in looking at the system, that's temporary. But we've got a good stretch of time right now where I'm pretty sure power ain't gonna surge. Still though, gotta keep the pressure on. Because there's no way in heck I'm gonna lose. My mama didn't raise me to be afraid of no storm. Yeah, exactly. Except this is a banded storm and not a, you know, full hurricane or hurricane style system. But colloquially, I agree, Mofficata. Oh, never mind, there it is. I lied. I fully lied. Yes, Mystic, that's the whole point of today. Yes, indeed. Okay, let's throw Leech Seed on. And then we'll just tackle the Nidoran the rest of the way. It's the Surge special, y'all. Gotta make it before the storm knocks my power out. It's already done that once tonight. However, you know, I'm starting to get a little confident. I'm starting to feel a little, you know, full of myself. Which means the universe is going to start having other plans. But I feel like I got a good shot. What's funny is, you know, my laptop, since it's, you know, it's got remote battery, I'll be able to see like what the stream looks like when everything goes, you know, goes blank. I'm genuinely curious. I really want to know how hard of a hard cut it'll be. It's really too bad because you won't be able to see like the lights go out because it'll stop sending packets pretty much concurrently with that. Ah. 3 hosts. There's a big reason why I'm not playing Animal Crossing tonight, Mihan. I know better than to tempt that fate. Robin hasn't been able to hit my power circuits in a while. I feel like she's hungry. I am using my GameCube, which is how she made her attack before. But the disc isn't in, so I'm pretty sure I'm safe. She is in the memory card. I could take it out. Okay. I want the experience from this kid. He just say what's wrong with me for not wearing shorts? Hello? Trousers cover more of my legs. And hiding your shame is important to fashion. Good lord, it's like this kid didn't even go to fashion school. What are they teaching them in schools these days? I don't understand it. The children must be wrong. It certainly couldn't be me that's wrong. Blame everyone who's not yourself. It's the way to get ahead. Also, this spirit should definitely be, like, doing way more damage to me. If this kid actually was, like, hammering the type difference and was using Peck, he could definitely take me down. Mystic, take all the time you need. Happy to have you when you get back. Yeah, I've definitely forgotten a lot about how, you know, how I did math in elementary school. I think I have, Mihan. Unless this is her right now. Oh, well, the timing on that. With, of course, her Jigglypuff. Yeah, this would be the time. That would just be too perfect, wouldn't it? But Horf is going to take down Jigglypuff right quick. Horf ain't afraid of no Puff. Unless it's Smash Brothers, in which case, you know, Rest is going to do a number on you. You can't control it. Actually, yeah, that battle was both Smash Brothers representatives. Ivysaur and Jigglypuff. Oh! What's the O? What did you realize, Malfakata? Okay. There we go. Already at Mount Moon. Let's do it to it. Nugget Bridge is a risk, but I don't have to do it in one shot. Ah. Yeah, fair. If the power were to go out, I could see that. Alright, I'm not gonna fight any Zubats. I'm just not gonna do it. Nice. Bullet Seed. Will Bullet Seed be better than Vine Whip? I don't want it right now. Mystic, welcome back. I think Bullet Seed has the potential to be better than Vine Whip, but only if it gets like 4 or 5. And so the chance of it actually being better is pretty low. Ergo, don't want to do it. I'm just gonna fight the trainers and whatever Geodudes I find. Because the sooner I get to Misty, the sooner I get to fight Misty. And with the level I'm at right now, pretty good shot, pretty good shot. Kakuna. Kakuna's, well, Leech Seed, of course. Alright, we are an hour in, and I think I'm making good time. You know, I've got to average a gym an hour. And so I think it was about 20 minutes ahead on the, you know, colloquial split. Oh! Oh my goodness! Exactly, Mofka. Johnny! Thank you for the raid! Miss Galini, welcome on in. How are you doing? I And welcome to everyone who's coming along with the raid. Y'all. Johnny, that's fine. If you haven't already checked out Johnny Merps, you absolutely should. He is a darn delight. He's been playing Bloodborne, which is a completely different kind of game, of course. But welcome everyone who's from Johnny's show to the Surge special. Right before I was meant to start stream tonight, the power surged at my house, knocked out everything, and I was like, I shouldn't play a game that I need to have saved. Hey, no worries. And copy to pasty, welcome on in. And so, essentially, my goal before the storm outside knocks out the power in my neighborhood, I'm gonna try and get to Lieutenant Surge, because Surge, you see, wordplay. It's very clever. It's fine if you don't get it. Right now we're in Mount Moon. But welcome on in, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful time over at Johnny's. Oh, should I, Miss Galini, should I call you Mia? And yeah, copy to pasty, same to you. If you want me to call you anything else, happy to do it. I suppose I can fight the Parises. Oh, but they can paralyze me, can't they? Mafakado, because the Pokemon world is a dangerous place to be. Then Mia, it shall be, because I feel that's easier. Okay. Yeah. The Geodudes, with the way that this sprite is, look, they're close to their shiny form. Alright. Copy, it shall be for you too. Well, thank you both very much for coming along with the raid. If you want to know other things that I'm about, you know, I also play Animal Crossing. I'm a huge fan of Johnny Merps over there. I play other games. This was supposed to be Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages, because I'm doing a semi-blind playthrough of it. You know, I'm gonna go and actually heal real quick, because I'm using lots of Vine Whips. But obviously, with the risk of losing progress, I wanted to do something where if I don't make it, I'll have lost, but I won't have lost anything important. That's true. I do play offbeat stuff, which honestly, those series are the ones that make me smile the most, because it's stuff that's like, I'm definitely not playing it to please no one but myself. But Backyard Baseball has been so fun to come back to, genuinely. And of course, I had so much fun with... Oh, Copy, thank you so much for the follow. I had so much fun coming up with the outfits for America's Next Top Model. The baseball cap, I think, was getting me in trouble. Because after I took off the baseball cap, I started doing way better. I know I don't need to go down this way. It's just items, I think. Maybe a battle. I may, for the sake of speed, skip that ladder. Okay, no Zubats. Just gonna waste my time. No thanks. Mr. Bugs? Yeah, Mavocata, I think so. I mean, I do have quite a large cabeza, so... Very possible. Hey, Mia, no worries. Thank you so much for coming along with the raid. I really appreciate it. And I'm happy to have you whenever. Though I know, given that Johnny is, of course, British. Thank you so much. It's quite possible that it's quite late for many of you. But for those of you who do care to stick around, I appreciate it terribly. I could just use my tackles. I should save my Vine Whips for Geodudes and other rock types. Because I think there's a guy in here with an Onix. I heard someone talk about an Onix. Oh, no kidding, Johnny. Okay. That would do it. Hey, nice, Mystic. And no worries if you're just on audio only. I should be, you know, narrating at least to some extent what's happening in the game. Oh, Pac-Man 1996, thank you for following as well. Now, what is the significance of the 8, Vernon? I'm curious. Oh no, Mihan's doing it too. Why are we posting these zeros with belts? Hey, nice, Mystic. 8, 8, 8, 7. There was like a children's show that had like a countdown in the title sequence, right? Yeah, I don't know what we're counting down to either. Probably the power going out, if I had to guess. I think I just leveled, right? I wasn't close to one? Hopefully. I'm thinking of one specifically. It might have been Jimmy Neutron. It could also just be Colress's battle theme from Pokemon Black and White 2. Johnny, we could use it. I actually think Mihan's spider clip got usurped as the top viewed clip on the channel. Sure, Mafukata. If I knew anything about it, I would agree more. I've never seen Cowboy Bebop. I've heard of it. I thought so, I thought so. I felt like I remembered that. Alright. Well done, Horf. There's like, yeah, there's an item over here. Potion. I think I took care of... Ooh, there's that item over there. Escape rope. I could probably very quickly run back to the entrance, heal one more time, and then run through and do the rest of the battles. Now, Mihan, were you here the time that I was trying to talk about Big Comfy Couch and could not remember the name of it? And the description that I gave for the show? I'm amazed that that one didn't get clipped, by the way. No? Okay. Well then, too bad! I'm not gonna say it. I called it the Flexible Clown Show. I couldn't remember. I just remembered the lady was a clown, and she had the clock thing. I couldn't remember. Yeah. That one, Mafukata, that one. I mean, at least that one is a show that people have seen. Unlike Sky Dancers. Seriously. The fact that I was, you know, that my sister was able to remember enough about the show to get us back to Sky Dancers to find it on YouTube. That's like 20 years. 20 years it's been since we watched that show. Did any of you actually watch the episode that I posted? I watched like the first 10 minutes and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I couldn't watch anymore. Honestly though, Mavkata. Like, it's wild that some of this stuff is just like sitting somewhere in the back of my head. And like, I can actually remember things from it, even if I can't put titles on. And some of that stuff is just like gone. Gone. I'm amazed that someone cared enough about Skydancers to store it. Oh, Mihan, is it appropriate? Because please hit me with it. And what's your thing, Mavkata? Tell me. I love things. Almost as much as stuff. I love them as much as English teachers hate seeing the word in essays. Oh, right, trainer battle. Sorry. Okay, I think I'm doing enough damage that Leech Light... Yeah, it won't compensate for the damage that I've done. Good. Incredible, Mihan. Ooh, that's nice. I can sell that. Huh. Mihan, was it the animated Sabrina the Teenage Witch series? Because I know there was an animated one. It could also have just been one of the regular episodes. I feel like it's amazing that that show lasted 7 seasons. If I'm not misremembering. Claymation. My goodness. I don't think I've ever seen Fraggle Rock, so it could be Claymation for all I know. Mystic, I know someone was playing it when it came out last year. Gotcha, Mihan. What had a sequel? And yes, Aaron, leave green! How are you, Aaron? Welcome to the Surge special. Oh, Sabrina the Animated Series. I didn't know that it... Okay. I didn't know that it the animated series specifically had a sequel. Thank you. Thank you, Aaron. Aaron, how are you doing this evening, by the way? How are things in your neck of the woods? We are currently trucking through Mount Moon. Sabrina's Secret Life. Is it your first day, Aaron, or just post weekend that feeling? Racer Leaf, nice. Yes. Yes. I can replace Vine Whip because, save for accuracy, Razor Leaf strictly dominates Vine Whip in all categories. Well, it is nice that it ends at 1, but best of luck. Sorry that, summer's come to a close, but I hope you spent it well. Also, having Razor Leaf before Misty, that'll be nice. Trying to get to like level 24. I don't know if I'll quite make it. Oh, right. Gosh, Aaron, yeah, starting a new school while it's virtual. That's quite strange. I'm sorry. Motherfucker, sometimes some of the things that we remember about television programs are completely fake. And glad to see that you're still here, Thorny. Hope you're still enjoying yourself and enjoying Club Penguin. See, I know. Whatever you want to do. I'm happy to be your podcast. You know, I talk about hard-hitting issues. I say words quietly and softly into a mic. And of course, today's sponsor is Audible. Go to audible.com/Axeman for your free trial today. Axeman is recommending The Lord of the Rings. Axeman will finish it someday, and so should you. Well, that happened a lot, Mofficata. I wonder when they're going to introduce the wax mechanics in New Sabrina. I can't wait for it. I feel like the dramatic scenes of Kieran and Shipka with a ball of wax are going to be perfect. My novel? My novel's about the summer that I spent between high school and college. It's 180,000 words of unreadable garbage, like most novels. And thank you, Thorny. That is what I aspire to be. Well, I think Ross Lynch can kind of act. Granted, I don't think I saw the third season. Yes, one and the same, Aaron. He got a real job. Though they didn't really give him much to do in the second season. I'm sure, Mofficata. I think I remember your sort of basic review of it back when you had first watched it, and you were complaining about the Ambrose plot. You're kind of right. Though I think of Sabrina's friends, I think Ross Lynch is doing probably the best. I think the other two aren't getting much writing, honestly. I mean, one of them just has to talk to their ghost ancestor, and the other one is Raven from That's So Raven. So it could be better. They need to balance the power levels, I think. Yeah. Exactly. It's like that dynamic describes like Oracle side characters from a series, not like your main bunch. Like Lee and Lo from Avatar. If they saw the past and the future, that would make more sense. I think there's an item up. Yeah. I remembered. And the revive would come in quite handy if I had any other Pokemon. But that's impossible because I'm only training Horf. I want something worth catching, you know, like a Venonat. Fortunately, I don't think you can get a Venonat this early on. Maybe we'll catch like a Dugtrio. Actually, come to think of it, if you got a Dugtrio after sort of steamrolling the first part of the game with, like, you know, Bulbasaur / Ivysaur, a Dugtrio would give you type advantages against, like, half of Erica's team, all of Blaine's, all of Koga's, save for the ones that have Levitate, and you'd have, you know, most of Sabrina's Pokemon aren't very physically defensive, and so you'd have a good angle on them. And Giovanni, for any of his that are sub-poison or sub-rock, you'd have type advantage. I feel like that's, like, not a bad, like, you know, Ivysaur to Dugtrio for the rest of the game. You could do some damage with that. You'd have a tough time in the Elite Four. Lorelei would not like you. And she would be like, ice now. I'll tackle a few of the Zubats. But you could probably beat Bruno. You'd definitely take down his Onyxes. And really, you could beat Agatha because all of her Pokemon are poison types. Yeah, I think Lance would just give you trouble, but that's just because dragons will always give you trouble if you don't have an ice or a dragon type. And then Gary. But Gary's, you know, Gary. Oh my gosh. I feel like they crank the encounter level up to like 12 in Mount Moon. It really does feel like you take 0 steps and you run against something else. I mean, Aaron, I generally agree, but like all Gen 3 games, it's a little trumpet heavy. Still good. I mean, Leaf Green, which is, you know, what we're playing right now, Leaf Green was my very first Pokemon, well, my very first video game that I owned. It's not the very first Pokemon game I played, but it was the very first video game I owned. This is my original cart. It's not my original save file. Neither the one saved or the one we're playing right now. But this, I've had this for 15 years. Yeah, no, Mihan, I've done the speedrun route. The first time I played Fire Red, I was like, nah, kind of want to do the speedrun route. Which is fun when you're like not actually like doing it for a speedrun, just following the route. It's fun. Also made me realize that I never wanted to speedrun a Pokemon game. It's way too long. Zumbini's speedrun, way more my speed. Alright. Also, voice your opinions now. Which fossil should I take that I'll never ever use? Alright, Horf, throw some seeds on. I see one for Helix. And remember, if you don't vote, then Meehan gets to pick the whole thing himself. I don't remember which one the right one is, whether it's Helix or Dome. So we have one vote for possibly both. Tome, I absolutely do. Oh, it's fantastic. Well done. Applause. Tome, how are you? Welcome to the Surge special. I hope you're doing excellently. It is lovely to have you. Alright. Coughing's got mad physical defense, and so the seeds will help. Actually, though, same type attack bonus. I think Razor Leaf will be the stronger move, especially since I'll be hitting special defense. Yeah, nice. Okay. Quick math. Trying to, before the power goes out. We do, I think, actually have a proper reprieve from the storm at the moment. Last time I said that it started thundering right after, but this time I think we've actually got a moment, a break in the weather. Alright, I'm at level 24. This is solid. Alright. So you both voted for Helix. We'll take Helix. Which is too bad. I prefer the Dome Fossil. Horf is the sound that you make after a really long day when you finally get to lie down in bed, just like Horf. Yeah. Tome, I hope you're doing well. Yeah. I'm thinking it will. I think I'm gonna make it. These teach Mega Punch and Mega Kick. I could take Mega Kick. Yeah, because at this point, Razor Leaf is better for everything except... Oh. Well, maybe not then. I suppose I'll come crawling back, but, you know, not anytime soon. I thought Ivysaur can learn Mega Kick. The training's been going well. Ivysaur's level 24. I could have a Venusaur before I face Lieutenant Surge, honestly. This is not... Well, I guess it could be a Nuzlocke. I've just been not catching anything. But Horf hasn't fainted. I mean, really, the main challenge is just making it to Surge. Before a Surge, you know, it's wordplay. It's quite cute. Really? Can Venusaur not learn Mega Kick either? I could have sworn it could. I know Pikachu can. Whoa! Way too risque for stream. Luis, my heavens. That's true. I mean, that's some real facts right there. I don't know how to handle Pokemon Trainer. It's like 3 characters in one. Though, Mihan, I'm pretty sure there are, in Smash Brothers, moves that the Pokemon can use that aren't ones they can actually learn, or weren't when they were implemented. I love Shelter, I do. I feel bad that I had to destroy it, but also I wanted the level. And the experience. And also the Shelter was looking at me funny, and it was sticking its tongue out at me. Hello, Naproyet, how are you doing? Welcome to the Surge Special. And yeah, personal attacks always are the worst. You know, whenever someone else is playing Ganondorf and hits my Ganondorf, I take it as a personal affront. The damage, you know, it inflicts however much it does in Smash Bros., but it also inflicts emotional damage on me. And that's 10 times worse. Alright, Misty, let's do this. I've got a grass type that is 4 levels higher. You got it. Ganondorf. And I made it here in less than an hour. I'm picking up time. We're picking up speed. Let's take him down. Thank you for the host. Starmie. Try Swift all you want. Ain't gonna do nothing. My Razor Leaf's gonna destroy ya. Boom! There goes Misty. Man, clipping through Viridian Forest would have saved me some mad time. Seriously. A bit. A second or two, not pro yet. Really, I've just been doing all the battles. Like, that's all Horf needs. Oh, right. There's a Gary here. Yeah, I'm thinking, like, early Smash Brothers. Maybe should have. It'll be fine. Horf will be fine. Horf's got 9 levels on Pidgeotto. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. It's fine. It's not like he's got another Pokemon to whom I'm weak. That's definitely not something that I have to consider. Yes, Mavocado, I believe that it is. Just a bit further off now. And yeah, Mihan, didn't you know? Super Mario 3D World never ended. It's always in our hearts. Alright, Razor Leaf will do better than Tackle. Okay, good. Now, if he sends out anything other than Charmeleon, I think I'll be in good shape. Oh, right, it's still a Charmander. Well, that'll help. Alright, seed it up. Oh, really? Oh, crap. Oh no. Shoot. No, but it doesn't matter if you haven't saved. That's a little setback. I'm in Cerulean, right? Okay, good. Okay. let me grab a few potions. Apathetic Jokester, welcome on in. Fancy Man, that's a new one. Ah, some super potions, that'll help. And, you know, a burn heal or two. At the moment. I haven't had anything that I wanted to catch. This is the Surge special. I'm just trying to get to Lieutenant Surge. Oh, thank you. I love this sweater. Also, I love your use of the word spippy. Dig the heck out of that. Okay, this time we got it. Also, I think I do get to keep the experience from beating Pidgeotto. Oh, come on, really? Oh, yeah. Numpria, please, by all means. Go right on ahead. Let me know what you made when you get back. Who is Gary's dad? James. Who's James? And Gary's mom is also James. Yeah, well, because, like, Silver's dad is Giovanni, right? And so it only makes sense that Gary's dad would be James. And Gary's mom. Oh, for the... Seriously, with this. Okay. This is a setback. Come on, I heard a thunder rumble. I gotta get moving again. It seems that it's not possible. Yes, James of Team Rocket. It seems that it's not possible for me to play a Pokemon game on stream without whiting out at least once, unless it's Pokemon Sword. Yeah, right. This is what I'm saying. It makes narrative sense. Also, what on earth is that emote? Tome, that is horrifying. Madison, hello. How are you doing? Madison, I'm sorry I couldn't hang around for too terribly long. I don't know if you saw the messages. Tornado warning. That was how my afternoon unfolded. But Madison, how are you doing? How is the rest of Wind Waker? Folks, you should check out Maddie Patty 7. I shouldn't whisper that. Maddie Patty 7, check her out. Alright, now I got full health going into Charmander. I mean, I definitely could have won last time and I played a little more conservatively, but... Where's the fun in that? A Surge can be Power Surge, a Lieutenant Surge, or a Cola Drink. How you doing, Josh? And James will take him right back to him. Exactly. There's a balance, a symmetry. Alright, Horf's gonna make it through this time. I do have to beat Gary again. And that could be trouble. Because he'll have a proper Charmeleon at that point. I know, I did mean to stick around longer today. And Madison, please don't worry about it if you're tired. No, so, yeah, no. Tornado warning doesn't mean there's a tornado. It means there's the high potential for one, or a higher than normal potential. Well, not just higher than normal. It's like, there's a decent shot. But as long as I've lived here, we've never actually had one, but we've had, you know, lots of warnings. It means the warning system works. And Madison, it's alright. I'm picking up what you're putting down. So we're all set. Okay. There we go. Now we're through Gary. Oh right, he's got to give me the fame checker. Oh, Josh, you best believe I know that. I've been around this bend a few times. I played this game once or twice in my past. Also, Madison, if you're like, if you're tired and past it, I truly would not begrudge you at all if you're just sort of like, okay, I'm peacing out for the evening. But it is delightful to have seen you, and for as long as you'd like to stay in chat, I'm happy to do so. Would that I could, Josh, but not the point of the Surge special. Also, unfortunately, not an option in the game. I keep hoping, you know, in each of the re-releases that they've made of this one, that they'll give you the option for once and have a B storyline where you join Team Rocket and you get to steal Pokemon, but no, kids wouldn't be okay with that. You know, children would regret the decision, adults would love it, because we all like being secretly evil in video games. I mean, just think about how people play The Legend of Zelda. Breaking pottery, evil. End of list. You know, we're getting to the point where it seems pretty conceivable that we could get through Tim and Surge. Gotta say. Eyebrows. Because once we get through this route, it's just the jaunt down south, and then, you know, SSN. And I could do the quick version of SSN if I feel like I'm at a high enough level. Don't use that as like a joke, Josh. That's a serious thing. Not mean? Yeah, I think if Horf, I think I want Horf to be a Venusaur before I take on Gary in the SSN, because otherwise I'm probably going to die to the Pidgeotto, or the Charmeleon. Lovely to see you too, Madison. Thank you so much for popping in. Venusaur, excuse me. Or Venusaur. you know, the tartest of all Venusaurs. 32, Josh. So I'm close. Because I feel like with the route up here, the routes, because it's 2, I could get maybe to 29-30, and then I've got there's a couple trainers heading south that I'll, you know, I'll be able to level off of. So I feel like we could do decent work. I'm hoping, anyway. And I think there's a rare candy that I can pick up, actually. Yeah. There's definitely one in Cerulean City, and I know where it is. I think. Either that or a berry. It's a hidden item. Don't worry about it, Josh. We're on to Nugget Bridge Battle 4. They are flying. Also, Mafakata, I'm really, really appreciative that you're on Horf Patrol. That is very helpful. Oh yeah, totally, Josh. Ideally, I would use it in a circumstance like where Horf is out right here. You know, where I'm at the very start. Also, nice try using a fighting type move against a grass poison type. Gonna do nothing with that. I mean, I think of all the Pokemon I've ever had, Horf may be one of the best. And thank you, Tom. I appreciate the well wishes and the good luck. Oh, of course, yeah. You ought to be heading out. You've got moderating duties. And thank you. I think we got it. I think we're gonna be in good shape. The storm rumblings have been further off, though to be fair, you know, it's an interconnected system, so even if the storm's further off from where I am right now. Thank you, Mafkata. I will make sure that that's in the queue. Now, Pariat, welcome back. What did you have as your food? Alright, I would love to join Team Rocket. Unfortunately, not possible. Surge Protector. Not bad, not bad. Though, our whole goal is to defeat him. Now, does that make us the Surge Usurper? Who knows? Just throwing that out there. Throwing that particular piece of spaghetti against the wall and seeing if it sticks in place. I also think it's kind of hilarious that, back when I was originally doing Fire Red Leaf Green, it took me 2 full streams, to get to this same point. It's like truly just reading the text as well as training a Clefairy and a Jigglypuff takes a lot of time. That part sounds wonderful. Alright. You. Battle me. I just need to steamroll through all the trainers along these routes. Because I don't think too many of them have Pokemon that are going to be trouble for me. Now use it a Game Shark. I am the game shark. By which I mean I only live in the water. And I have very pointy teeth. No other connotations. See this mustache? All it's good for is hiding teeth. No, I think not. I'm not a dark type. If anything, I'm a fire type. I'd like to, you know, I think as a kid I would have I really wanted to be like, you know, like a psychic in the way that Sabrina is, or a psychic type Pokemon. Telekinesis. I dig telekinesis. But I don't think that would be a fair assessment of the person I am today. Or if I am going to be dark, it would be like Darkfire, like a Houndoom. Because I dig the heck out of a Houndoom. Houndoom is, after all, one of my 35 favorite Pokemon. Not pretty fair. Hey, but good on you for making making decisions with your dog's best interest in mind. That's a good thing. Oh, George, thank you for the host. Sweet scent, don't want it. Yeah, I had quite a big lunch, and then I had pasta salad for dinner. It was delicious. One of these is Slowpoke Kid. It's got a level 17 Slowpoke, and that's it. I'm waiting for that guy. I mean, at this point, Horf is doing excellent work. I wonder if in the speedruns for Fire Red and Leaf Green, there are categories for each of the starters. Because I have to feel like there's got to be someone out there who has done a speedrun with Charmander. Or Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is certainly more likely because, you know, Bulbasaur is much easier to use early on. Josh, I'm not so sure that you're not in Team Rocket, especially with that statement. Here's Slowpoke guy. Nidoking at least was for Gen 1. Nidoking was super good for Gen 1 speedruns because Nidoking has great HM coverage. Ooh, I need to pick up a Pokemon that can learn Cut. Ooh, who should I... Can I get a Meowth? Yeah, Gen 3 Blastoise is the dude. A liver mush sandwich. That doesn't sound very good. So long as you enjoy it. I'm not a huge fan myself of organ meats. Horf. Yeah, It sounds a bit of a regional thing. Well, actually, Josh, no, that's not entirely true. And Slav, hello. My day's been good. My day's been weird. But welcome, 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 Slav, to the Surge special. Oh, no. The thing that I'm thinking of is a little bit of trivia. And Slav, thank you for the host. So, yes, of course, Gen 1 poison, immune. And there are some interesting, like type weaknesses that aren't present in any other generation that are in Gen 1. Like, ground is weak to bug. There just aren't that many bug type moves to take advantage of it. I think, in fact, the only offensive bug move is Leech Life. But so, what I was gonna say is I was thinking of, in Gen 2, Steel, of course, is immune to poison type attacks, and therefore you would think unable to be poisoned. However, there are, in Gen 2, non-bug type, or excuse me, non-poison type moves that do have poison as a side effect. And the one that's the most noticeable example of this is Twin Needle, which is, of course, one of Beedrill's, like, signature moves. Twin Needle can poison Pokemon, but is a bug-type move, therefore affects Steel types. And so it is possible with Twin Needle to poison a Steel type in Gen 2. I believe they fixed it in successive generations. But just a little bit of trivia that I know. Okay. Oh, really? Yeah, I guess I didn't realize, you know, since a lot of Pokemon weren't around, that they also might have gotten rid of moves, but yeah, I guess that... I mean, I'm not the most thrilled about it, but I guess it makes sense. Man, I bet that means they got rid of stuff like Razor Wind, too. Man, there are moves like Razor Wind or Sky Attack that have been around since Gen 1, but that are, like, so... seldom learned by Pokemon that they just get forgotten about. Okay. Well, I can get that item. We are building up those endorphins. And orphans. Because, you know, we're getting some good training in. Yeah, darn right, it's a classic Briz. Welcome on in. How you doing? Welcome to the Surge Special. Y'all getting sick of me saying Surge Special yet? I'm not. Briz, I hope you are fantastic. Also, why have I not been using Razor Leaf against Ekinses? It's still going to do more damage because of same type attack bonus. Math, y'all. Math. Scrapple. I have never heard of that. Not pro yet. Darn right. I got this for my 8th birthday. Way, way back when. Now against Noddish, I should be using Tackle, because it'll resist Razor Leaf like mad. All right, gotta help Bill out. And then I think, okay, we're using Razor Leaf. I think I'll save the rare candy that I get in Cerulean for 31 to 32. Oh, Briz, that's so mean. Oh, such mean professors. I hated when professors would do that. I'm doing all right though. I'm hanging in there. I've had a nice holiday weekend. I got some work done this afternoon on personal and professional projects. We had a tornado warning. You just missed it, Briz. You just missed it. Yeah, that's the oldest switcheroo in the book. Let us be perfectly frank. And just because it's an old one doesn't mean it's a good one. All right, Bill. A through F. That is so mean. All right. Mavgata, thank you so much. Wish me luck for the rest. All right, we got our SS ticket. We can get on the boat. And because of the purpose of the Surge special, I can pretty much skip straight to the end. I don't have to deal with all of the battles on the SSN. You know, the SSN is a great place to train sometimes. But for my purposes here and now, Yeah, right. Come on now. Liquid Barley, that's so granular. This man out here trying to be like, oh yeah, I can see every little piece of detail on that cell membrane. A shame. Ivysaur, I do! I'm so glad you're here, because we only have Ivysaur for a little bit longer. It is just about to evolve. But welcome, Ivysaur, to the Surge Special. Not prayer yet. With any luck, within the next 35 minutes. I think I'm gonna make it, though. Especially... Yeah, I know. Especially since I don't have to do much, in SSN. That'll save me some time. So, is your professor literally Dr. Light, Briz? Mystic, no, I don't. I don't know why people think that. I will groan at them, or I will recognize when it's like an actual good bit of wordplay, something that I didn't expect, but I don't like them. Well, Mew's in the truck next to the SSN, not in the actual SSN. Come on. Dr. Smaller than Light. So he's Miss Frizzle. Gotcha. The pinball episode? I love the pinball episode. Taught me so much about Light. Your uncle is Nintendo? Can I get your uncle's phone number? No reason. Actually, I think your uncle's phone number used to be printed on the back of all my manuals. I'm glad to know that your, your scientific basis is strong and well-founded, Briz. But it's really dangerous now, Praria, because you got to make sure that the glass, explodes outwards, so that way the Mew isn't harmed. It's quite the process. Yeah, no, that's about how it usually goes, Mystic. Like, I'll recognize game, but I don't laugh at a pun. Ain't my jam. But I won't stop you from doing them either. And I think for some people, getting a groaning response is really what they're going for. All right, one of these dudes has a Squirtle. That I can, fight quite easily with my soon-to-be Venusaur. Hello! I'm sorry, not pro yet. Well, I wish you a speedy passage of your school day. But remember, kids, Axeman says stay in school. I value my education heavily, and I wish the same for everyone else. Alright, let's throw this rare candy on, get myself a Venusaur. I think my favorite type of jam, probably grape. It's kind of basic. I haven't had many jams. It gets less boring when you start getting to pick everything that you do. Not pro yet. That helps a lot, I've found. And I was always lucky that I found school quite driving, and I found interest in lots of things. I get that that's not the case for everyone. Alright, now I have a Venusaur, and so I can pretty much eat everyone's Pokemon at this point. I didn't catch a Meowth. It's fine. Venusaur can learn Cut. How weird. Well, I hope they're taking appropriate measures when you are in person, not pro yet. I'd imagine, they've considered it. Otherwise, your school board's gonna face an interesting election. Although politics is alright to talk about, right? I'm just kind of fascinated that school boards are, elected positions, period. Because it seems like, it seems like that's something that you could get people who are better qualified than people who would run in a race, but at the same time, I like the people who are in my local school board, so can't complain that much. Yeah, of course, not right, of course. Also, I think I'm paralyzed and confused, which isn't great. It means I have about a quarter of a chance, 25% chance of attacking. Yeah. Hey, Horf's still putting in work. There we go. Good job, Horf. Okay, I have a paralyzed heal in here. Because paralysis, that would just be annoying for the rest of the battles on this route. Chad, welcome back. Are you actually just heading out? Did I miss you saying hello earlier? Well, if you are, have a wonderful rest of your night. Oh, okay. So your good night was like a good evening. Gotcha, gotcha. Well, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. And Mystic, I think you've told me this before. I remember you saying, not exactly with the dumb as a cheater dude language, but I remember you were saying this. And Chad, whatever do you mean? They chose to fight me. I was perfectly content to walk past with my plant dinosaur and not deal with Picnic or Isabel here, but she was like, nah, we don't fight. Like, look, I didn't even talk to her. If it were up to me, I would be going straight to Gary right now. I mean, I'm still headed straight there. I just, you know, I've got these slight interruptions. Because we need to get to Lieutenant Surge, and we need to do so quickly. I think the actual speedrun glitchless of Fire Red and Leaf Green is about 3 hours. And you do it by skipping a lot of the battles that I'm doing. Oh, no kidding! Chad, that's awesome. Gosh, I wonder how they've handled that with people not being able to go out, how they've done Pokemon Go. Don't worry about it. It's definitely been a while since you mentioned it. I just remember a lot. I don't know why. Sometimes, you know, sometimes things completely bounce off the wall, but sometimes I'll just be able to be like, shoop. Oh, I didn't know that they had added rocket grunts. It goes to show, the last time I played Pokemon Go was like 2018? 18. I think it's, okay, I think it's up on this side. And then along here. Yeah, this is it. Alright, Horf, let's do this. Oh, that's awesome. I love the Meowth balloon. Do you have to sit through the full mono before you get to do whatever you're going to do next? Because I think that would be just a wonderful touch. Throw some seeds on. Oh my gosh, that's brilliant. I love that. I'm sure people get quite annoyed with it, but I love it. Because I don't play it, so I get to just enjoy the fact that that's the case. Rather than having to deal with the practical ramifications. Shiny Ekans, nice. Oh, so they went like original team on him. We will see exactly what time it is when I beat Lieutenant Surge. We've got a little bit to go before then. Shiny Shadow Ekans. Wait, did they introduce Gale of Darkness mechanics? Oh, no. I won't be streaming it, not Parade. It'll be all Rimage. I will be, obviously, guest appearing. But my internet would not like me both streaming the co-op game and playing it at the same time. Also, just the hours won't work. Gotcha. Also, I know you meant coughing, but Your little spelling error is fun. Alright, I'm just gonna beat up this Charmeleon. I don't need to throw Leech Seeds on it. Let's just go. Exactly. We'll 2-hit it. And it's not going to be able to do enough damage to... Oh, for the love of Mike with the burns. Really? Come on. Come on. Come on. Storm, what you doing? I think the great part about a one-off like this is that no matter when it ends, you know, people will question whether or not I made it. But especially if it looks like I did it too quickly. Ooh. Nice, Chad. Yeah, Mr. Internet Box will not care for it at all. Not Priya. Alright. I rubbed his back while standing completely to the side. Okay, we've got HMO1. We can get into the Vermilion City Gym. Meehan. Judge all you want. I'm doing fantastically. Oh. Why did that get held? Adamad, you can chill out on that one. It's fine. Adamad's grumpy. I don't know why. Adamad just needs to learn, like, not every negative adjective is being used to actively demean someone. I have Misty's badge. I already beat Misty. I took care of Misty first thing when we went into Cerulean. Also, I could get the Versus Seeker if I wanted to do any extra grinding. But I think I'm in pretty good shape. Okay. I hate the separate TM case. I'm glad that this is not a thing that they kept. Okay, I'll get rid of Tackle. Just because I don't have to worry about the future ramifications. And Mystic, that's fair. You should be engrossed in Fire Emblem. It's an engrossing game. Okay. Let's do this. Take care of all the trainers first. That way I can look through the trash unimpeded. I mean, really, of all the gyms, this one is one that gives some of the most active life skills. Searching through garbage for treasure, really relevant. Mystic, I don't know. I'll have to see if I like it enough to justify buying the DLC. Yeah, and that's one that's... I only play Fire Emblem at Christmas. It's like, I still gotta beat Fire Emblem Game Boy Advanced. I made some progress last Christmas, but it's not Christmas yet, so I'm not playing it. I think the next one after that for me will be Three Houses, though, because I've beaten Shadow Dragon and Sacred Stones. I guess I could finish Awakening. I should probably finish Awakening. I don't know what it is about Fire Emblem. I gotta be in a Fire Emblem kind of mood. And it only happens at Christmas. I know it's not Christmas every day. This is one of the tragic facts of my life, Mystic. Not pro yet. I feel the heck out of you on that one. Alright. Engineer Bailey. Let's do this. Let's dance. Okay. After this, final battle. We've made it to our final boss. I could go heal. Not gonna do it. I'll be fine. I'm ready. We've got Horf. It's level 34. Just need to root through the trash. Now, I know very little. Is it Tuhu Tala? I don't even know how to pronounce it. That's how little I know about those games. Ooh. I might get lucky with the placement. Come on. Hey! Okay, so I've got a 50-50. We'll go for this one. Nice! First try. Lieutenant Surge, let's do this. Toho, got it. Yeah, I know they're like are they shoot 'em ups? Ooh. That's a solid team. Man, the Shadow Suicune sounds intense. Okay. So the opposite of a shoot 'em up. Got it. Got it, not pro yet. Alright. Here we go. Oh, I didn't one-shot it. I thought I would. Rats. Okay. Gotta get one more. Gotta get one more. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. Double team of paralysis. I see what Surge is trying to do. Won't work, though! Surge special! Monks. Hello, how are you doing?
Now that's a shocker. You're the real deal, kid. Fine. Take the Thunder Badge.
We did it! That will help. That will help, Chad. Okay. Well. Goal complete! The power didn't go out, and I beat Lieutenant Surge. Shoot, let's, you know what? Let me see if I can get to Erica. If I buy some repels, I bet you I can get through, the secret tunnel pretty quick. Were you rooting for the storm? Oh my goodness! Melody! Hello, how are you? Gemini, on. Welcome on in. Welcome on in, everyone who's coming with Melody Seraphina's Read. Oh my gosh. Emmy Alien, welcome. Howdy y'all. So, Emmy Alien, thank you so much for the follow. You are coming in on the Surge special, which I actually just completed the main gold for. So tonight it was, and still is, storming in my area, and right before I was gonna start stream. Oh, thank you, Melody. it was, my power surged. And I was like, okay, I shouldn't play Oracle of Ages because if I lose progress, it's a bad thing. And so I decided, play Leaf Green, see if I can get to Lieutenant Surge. Surge, Surge, wordplay, it works. And so I just beat Lieutenant Surge, and so I still got some time. I'm going to see if I can beat Erica too. And JL Rumble, welcome on in. Spoon Galaxy, welcome on into you too. Lovely to see you all. If you haven't already checked out, for those who were here before, if you haven't already checked out Melody Seraphina, you absolutely should. She is wonderful. Also, super, super kind of you to send folks my way. I appreciate it terribly. Melody, what were you up to? I know I looked at it and I completely forgot, and I'm so sorry. Okay. So got cut. Also, that's my Venusaur. His name is Horf. Well, Melody, I'll do my darndest to do you proud on that. And yeah, no. Please, run and do whatever you gotta do. Oh, you were playing Stardew. That sounds a wonderful time. Alright, also, for the people who don't know me, which, maybe many of you, I'm Maximin. Aside from occasional odd streams like this, I'm currently doing series on Oracle of Ages, Animal Crossing on GameCube. I play New Horizons when I feel like it. I do lots of stuff. And I have a monthly schedule, if you're interested in finding out what I'm doing this month. So, welcome to everyone who may be new. Ooh, I should have gotten the bike. Koga would probably be a little too tough for Horf. I think Erica will be the true, like, stretch goal final boss. I mean, I know I can get to Koga the other way, but that one, it takes forever. Also, I gotta do the Pokemon Tower, which means I gotta... Yeah, no. That's not happening. Erica's the final boss. I have been playing Backyard Baseball, that's true. Thank you, Misty. Yeah, this Friday is probably going to be Oracle of Ages because we didn't on Monday. Oh, I didn't buy Repels. That I should absolutely do. Because I do not want to deal with any of the encounters in Rock Tunnel. I think I'm strong enough to take down Erica. Oh, I have played Pokemon Platinum. I adore Pokemon Platinum. I didn't get the voucher from the Pokemon Fan Club president. So I'm just gonna have to run. It's fine though, I'm pretty quick. Man, it has been a long time since I played the endgame of Platinum, but like I do remember how funky the Distorted World was, and I dig the heck out of part of a game that kind of bends with your sense of perception. I dig the heck out of a lot of stuff, it seems. I realize that's become one of my frequently used idiomatic expressions. Razor Leaf still put in work, taking care of everything. Yeah, a bit, Chad, yeah. Well, it's completely strange, you know, in Pokemon where they've always been quite constrained in their use of perspective, to have places where, you know, you're going on the sides of things, like, completely different, which is so fun. Oh, I think this just goes back. Okay. Cut will now be more effective than Razor Leaf against Pokemon that resist grass. Unless they're heavily defensive, which I think Growlithe is pretty well split between physical and special defense. Same for Charmander. Doesn't have much of either, but same in terms of the level of split. I don't have to face every train around here. It's good for experience, of course, but... And I have to remember my way through Rock Tunnel. Yeah, I don't need to fight this bug catcher. I'm good. I'll fight this bug catcher. Snorunt. Favorite ice type? I really like Snorunt, which is obvious because Snorunt's one of my emotes. Favorite ice type? I would be hard pressed to pick. I quite like Cloyster. I quite like Frostlass. Oh, this guy has a Venonat. I'm so sad I have to kill it. And I feel like there's some other ice types that I'm not presently thinking of that I also enjoy. I like Cryogonal, actually. I have always liked Cryogonal, and I'm not exactly sure why. Cryogonal's not a good Pokemon. And he's one of the Gen 5 Pokemon that, like, is sort of, like, not so much in keeping with their normal designs. Don't go for the other trainer. Don't need it. Get the ones that are along the way. Keep it moving otherwise. And I've always had a soft spot for, like, Spheal. Though Spheal might be just water type. And I like Dugong. I know Spheal is the pre-evolved of Walrein, and Seal is the of Dugong, but I really do like Dugong. Dugong's just pretty. Like, Dugong has such a simple elegance to it. Like, the design is not overstuffed at all. Also, the way it talked in the show, like, Dugong, is adorable. Exploding Laser. A full playthrough of Soul Silver. I can absolutely recommend that. Also, welcome on in. I've played all of, Silver, Gold, and Soul Silver. I'm just a huge fan of the Johto games. Though, of course, because it's 16 badges, it is longer. Post-game is beefier than really in any other Pokemon game. It's definitely one that you can do, like, you could do in pretty distinct chunks. You could take a pretty long break between when you do Johto and when you finish Kanto. Hail, Blizzard, Ice Beam, and Curse. Throw a Shadow Ball on there, maybe in replacement for Hail or Curse, and you got me. Frostlass just needs an offensive ghost type move. Ooh, nice. Nice job. Yeah. Come to think of it, I know I've trained a Frostlass once or twice. But it's definitely a Pokemon for how much I like it. I haven't used it that much. Because it's inconvenient to use in Sinnoh. I think the main time that I can think of that I would have used it is in Gen 6, in Alpha Sapphire. Because you can catch Snowrunts, and And then I used a bunch of the like new evolutions introduced in Gen 4 on Gen 3 Pokemon. Like I had a Gallade, a Frostlass, Frostlass and a Abomasnow. Nice. Did you have like an Ice Monotype team? Or just those two? Which, I mean, to be fair, since they both have subtypes that are not ice, save for the fact that you're exposing yourself to have two Pokemon in your team that are weak to fire, pretty solid. Mimikyu. For me, Haunter, Chandelure, those are the two ghost types that come to mind. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can go through Rock Tunnel line, because I've done this enough. Ooh, Dusknoir is solid. Not one of my favorites, and that's probably the fault of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. It's gotta be said. I like Miss Magius. I like a Pokemon that's, you know, mostly a hat. Though not as much. I don't like the hat Pokemon from Gen 8 that much, so that's a lie. I do like Bayonet. Not as much as Chandelure, though. But I've always dug Bayonet. Okay, is it to the right? No, I think it's... Oh, no. Okay, the ladder must be somewhere. Okay, I don't have to fight the wild Pokemon, like, at all. This is gonna be tough, but I know the ladders are, like, in pretty predictable spots. I could also pull up a map. I maybe should. Wait, which game was this in, Chad? Because I thought you were talking about Platinum. Because Cofagrigus you couldn't have had in Platinum. Oh, there it is. Okay, phew. And then gets down and to the left. I'm doing this very much on instinct. Yeah, down and to the left. But I got this. This is much harder in Gen 1 where you don't have the little field of sight. Oh, I see. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. I think I may need to go up at some point in here. Pretty sure because it's like, you go down and it's a long hallway. I should be looking along the top. Yeah, there's like a... Yeah, there's a path. This one might actually be the... I think there's one floor where there's like two separate paths that could both be the right... Or not that both are the right way, but one goes to an item and one goes to the ladder. And you'd be watching. Favorite fossil Pokemon? Ooh. Kabutops is up there for me. So I'm paralyzed. That is so annoying. I like Cradily. Though I wouldn't... I don't think I like it more than Kabutops. Don't think I liked either of the fossils that much in Gen 5. I like Tyrantrum. from Gen 6. Rock Dragon, that's fun. Yeah, so probably Kabutops and Tyrantrum. Oh boy. I think this is right. There's no way I completely did a loop. I mean, there is a way, but I'm hoping I didn't. Yeah, Kabutops is a good one. Kabutops is just a great offensive water type. Not to mention a solid rock type, but... like, I love a physical attack water type. Okay, found another battle. So that's a good sign that I'm heading in the right direction. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Come on. This is going to be so much more annoying to get through since I'm paralyzed. Like, I'll still be able to do it. I wish I had another paralyze heal. Or I had bought some full heals. My own foolishness. And the bad luck that that the Oddish essentially drew from a hat to use Stun Spore on me. Oh, he said fired away. Oh, no kidding. Oh, that's adorable. It's like they knew. There it is. Okay. Down and along. Yeah, I think I remember this floor. And then it'll be like to the right from here. And then I think I'm almost out. There might be one more floor I'm forgetting. But I'm getting close. I'm definitely getting close. I mean, it's not terribly impressive for someone with as long of a history with Pokemon as I have to be able to, you know, navigate through Rock Tunnel without Flash, but it feels good nonetheless. Without Flash or a map. Right, this guy's got mad Onyxes. I think there's a guy in here with a Graveler. I don't know why that's sticking out in my head, but I believe that may be the case. Level 37. That is not bad. I think it's up. I think the next path is up. Uh-oh. Rampardos. I forgot about Rampardos and... Aha. Shieldon and Bastiodon. Ooh. I don't think I would add them to the consideration pile, though. I think Bastiodon is quite ugly. Oh, Nip-Nap, welcome on in. How are you doing this evening? You are just in time for the, I don't know, the Erica special? Yeah, this is the Graveler guy. Aurorus is okay. Rock Ice is fun too, for sure. I mean, I guess this is still the Surge special. It's just we're in stretch goal territory now. There we go. I think that's the... Oh, no. I think there's one more. Because the last one you go straight down from. Because it's like down and out. Or maybe this is it. Maybe it's out and down. Okay, let me make sure it's not in this little hallway that I just walked through. Horf doesn't need the experience from these Geodudes. Horf is doing just fine. Horf could probably take down every gym, save for Erica and Blaine, just, you know, type reasons. Oh, hello. I'm going the right way. You know, would the bending twigs actually worked? Unfortunately, they didn't give me that menu option, Sophia. Ergo, your advice, while relevant to my personal life, isn't going to do much for Lady Thomas here. Nor is it going to help Horf. In fact, I feel like Horf might buckle or bristle at the prospect of bending twigs, given that, you know, he's mostly plant. Horf, don't play that. Horf doesn't want to hear that. Ah. No worries. Yeah, we are... I don't know, we have however long it'll take me to get to Erica left, I reckon. But you are absolutely welcome to hang around for as much of it as you like. Okay, there's another trainer over here. That means I'm in good shape. Not forget, hello, welcome back. Just need to find wherever the ladder is. Ignore the Zubat. Finding trainers is a good sign. Uh-oh. Oh, this is the rock slide guy. Okay. I think I know where I am. That would be scary, chat. That would be proper scary. I'm glad, you know, I'm glad to not live in a Pokemon world to not have to deal with ghost types. I mean, they tend to stay confined to, you know, relatively small spaces or, you know, areas, but still. It'd be spooky. Okay. I'm feeling a hair turned around, but I think I'm doing fine. No kidding, no, bro. You have? It's amazing. I think we discussed this just the other night. But mine is over 7 years old. Yeah. Darn right, exploding laser. And so, exploding laser, you said earlier that you've got like Soul Silver on your list. Have you played like most of the other Pokemon games, or is that just one that you've like got your sights set on? That's gonna do some damage. Or maybe not, okay. Just, I really don't want to get hit with like magnitude 10 and have to go all the way through this again. Thankfully, even though I'm paralyzed and I'm run at about I think, a quarter my normal speed. I'm still faster than the Graveler. Fire Red, Emerald, Heart Gold, Platinum, Omega Ruby, and Ultra Moon. Solid. Okay, well, there's this guy. Yeah, I think I'm close to the ladder. Ooh, black and black too. Solid. Thinking on it, I've never beaten red or blue, but I own both. I've beaten yellow. I've beaten silver and gold. I don't own crystal. I've beaten fire red and leaf green, sapphire and emerald. I don't have ruby. I've beaten diamond, pearl, and platinum. Soul silver. I've beaten black and white too, because I'm a madman. Why? I own Sun and Ultra Sun, and I've not beaten either, and I've beaten Sword. Yeah. So are you like exploding? Are you a big fan of RPGs? Or just know, like, yeah, Pokemon seems cool. Okay, I'm close to the exit. Great. I kind of can't believe that I've made it. I thought I'd get turned around somewhere. It's just muscle memory at this point, I guess. Some part of me is just like, yeah, this is the way. Thorny, what's up? Why the Oz? Wait, I didn't miss the exit, did I? No. Ah. I mean, heck, I personally recommend it. Pokemon games are fun. Especially coming to them fresh. I feel like not having this sort of... Like, me coming to, like, new Pokemon games, now I have the baggage of having played all the rest of the series. If you come to it now, I feel like you have way more fun with it. Because then you're not comparing it to all the others. Chad, generally, I feel like the scarier things are the lake spirits, because each of them, like, they take, like, your emotions or your mind or your ability to move. They're freaky. Purely Minecraft, I see. You could do or what is the Pokemon mod pack on Minecraft called? I can't remember. I'm sorry. Pixelmon. Pixelmon. That could be fun. Yeah, Thorny, you were saying that you were playing like a VR parkour game, which I think sounds, given that I get motion sick, like a terrible experience for me. Not necessarily for you. Oh, I think this is the exit. I just think there are rocks on either side of it. Yeah, and exploding laser. Also, I heard thunder. we still gotta fight for before the next surge. There it is. We're out. Okay, I could fight these trainers though. Gonna do it. Get a little extra training in before we head to Erica. A little extra. How expensive are they right now, not pro yet? Ooh, the Mario and Luigi games are fantastic. And yeah, definitely RPGs. Actually, probably a really good exposure to the genre because they're not like super punishing, but they're also quite fun. And they're, I suppose you could call them action RPGs because they have the action commands. Okay, may wanna throw a super potion on. Because I really don't feel like walking back through. I'll skip the hiker. Since I don't have Razor Leaf. Sorry, your connection's having trouble, Mystic. How, really? Gosh, and you didn't do Partners in Time or the original. $300. Yeah, that's pretty expensive. Although the Oculus is supposed to be really nice, right? Yeah, Superstar Saga and Partners in Time are great. I think he's, or maybe he's not a battle. Okay, Lavender Town. Yeah. It's a little more than I would want to spend, given that, you know, I wouldn't really use them. That guy has fire type, so I'm skipping him. Also, again, I really don't need the training at this point. I'm just trying to get to Erica. So I'm going to be kind of flying past the battles on this route. Oops. Oh, and yeah, Superstar Saga got a re-release, I think, on 3DS. With updated graphics and everything, though I can absolutely endorse playing it if on the on the Game Boy Advance if you've got a Game Boy Advance or a way of playing those games. Though I know the 3DS version I think was well done. I should say I think, not I know, but I feel as though I've heard that. So it'd be worth looking into. Plus, it has the extra side story. I mean, genuinely, I love that they gave this sort of updated treatment to some of the earlier Mario & Luigi games on the 3DS, because then it gives new folks exposure to the series. Which I seriously, I picked up Superstar Saga completely on a whim and fell in love with it. Yeah, I know Partners in Time is one of the less popular, but I really still do think that it is quite fun. Maybe that's nostalgia goggles. Maybe it's just because I played it when I was, at an impressionable age and loved all video games just because they were video games. Oh, did my phone die? Yeah. And yeah, DS's and DS Lites and maybe DSI's will play Game Boy Advance games. Oh my gosh. Now, Priya, that's quite expensive. Just gonna dodge this fella. Dodge them. Dodge all of them. Dodge him. Dodge him. Oh! Rats. This dude's trying to ask what my chemistry grade is. Got an A in chemistry? Congratulations, Thorny, nice. Well done. Good work. I hope you get to print out a certificate with that information. If you did not pray it, I'm actually not remembering it, so if you want to share again, please feel free. I know Cut will have higher base power, but I'm more leaning on Coughing has bad special defense in that move choice. Also level 39. Erica ain't gonna know what hit her. Alright, I think once we get to Celadon, I can go pretty much straight into the gym. In which I think the path of least resistance is 3 gym trainer battles. You know, as a kid, I feel like I really thought the idea of underground paths that, you know, quickly transported you from different parts of the city to one another were, like, really cool. Like, I still dig the idea. Oh, DJ, Melia? Malia? However that is to be pronounced. Thank you so much for the follow. I apologize profusely if I butchered it. Okay. So I can just sort of scoot along back here. Oh no, I can do 2. There we go. Yeah, just use cut on everything, I guess. Really, that's all I am doing in here. I'm just cutting the grass. Huh. No, I'm pretty sure you never told me this story. I don't remember this at all, but that's awesome. That's super sweet of your grandpa. I have lots of fond memories, playing video games on camping trips. If I totally forgot it, not probably yet, I am so sorry. But I will try my best to remember it now, because I love that. My parents and grandparents aren't always the best when it comes to buying video games for me, but when they get it right, oh boy, do they get it right. When they get it wrong, I get a game that's, you know, fun to look back at. Even if it's not that fun to play. And I do think I've beaten most of the games that I have received as Christmas presents. Actually, I played this on the stream on the Game Boy Advance grab bag night. So I'm paralyzed again? Seriously? Have to fix that before I face Erica. But the Brain Games one, my sister and I played the heck out of that game. Like, seriously, like, that was probably like a $20 game, like a bargain bin thing at like Target or Walmart, and we seriously played so much of it. Just because having like Moncala on the Game Boy, fantastic. Not for it. That is such a great way to have come across it. I think my rationale was similar. Like, you know, I knew Mario games were good. Saw the cover art, thought it was cool for Superstar Saga. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna buy that. Have not regretted the choice. I kind of miss doing that with video games, being like, that one looks interesting, I'm gonna play that. And having ones where, you know, you're just so pleasantly surprised and you discover it in that way, rather than, you know, having to, you know, you read reviews and you did your research about a series and you're like, okay, I can probably jump into this, it'll be fine. Like, just sort of diving headfirst in, not knowing what you're getting. I miss that. Alright. Let's face Erica, y'all. This has been the Surge Special stretch goal. And darn it, we're gonna do it. Because the Thunder's kicking back up, so I gotta I gotta keep the pressure on. Alright, Erica. Let's go. I think, unfortunately... stupid stun spore. Fine. I'll deal with having only half a chance of my attacks hitting. Still got 10 levels on, you know, all these fools. I'll be fine. Oh, Mystic, they hold such different places in my heart. I really wouldn't know where to rank them. Because Pokemon, Zelda, and Mario all have some good and some not so good games, right? It's like, give me a set of any three, like, any one Pokemon, any one Zelda, and any one Mario game, and I'll probably come up with a different, you know, ordinal arrangement. Yeah, they're very different game types. And I get it if you're like an RPG person above all else, like you like an adventure and you like a skill progression system, in which case Zelda not fully hitting the RPG buttons but still being close and being adventurous, I can see it. And then if you don't like platformers, like I can see that sort of ordering. But at the same time, like for me personally, like if I were to put like Zelda 1 against Mario Sunshine against Pokemon Black, would be very, very different than if it were Pokemon Sun against, you know, Majora's Mask against Mario Galaxy. Oh boy, defense fell. Gotta finish this one up. True, yeah. Mario is a series, of course, like, if we're not just limiting it to, like, main series Mario games, whatever you consider that to be. So if you're, like, including Paper Mario in that bunch, if you're including Mario and Luigi in that bunch, you've got RPGs. And now, probably yet, when you know, you know. Erica! Magikarp jump, Mario teaches typing, Tingle's balloon fight, in that order. Oh yeah, if we're including Mario Tennis in this, fantastic. The Magikarp, that's just a minigame in Pokemon Stadium, Mayhem, that's cheating. Alrighty, y'all. We beat Erica. And that means I should call it a night. And yeah, I can absolutely recommend the original Paper Mario, even though I've never personally beaten it. It's a great game. Oh, well then you should pick Pokemon Brush Your Teeth, Mihan. Okie dokie. I'm gonna set y'all on a raid. Thank you all so very much for joining me this evening. I've had a wonderful time, and I hope you have too. Tonight's raid target, I believe I'm going to send y'all to Sheltering Snow, who is playing Fall Guys, which is quite popular now, apparently. I've not played it, but it's fun to watch, I think, unless people are sick of it. But Sheltering Snow is lovely, so I hope you'll go and say hello. Thank you all so much for joining the Surge special. We'll do Oracle of Ages, of course, to compensate for not having done it today on Friday. But I hope you've had a lovely time. And wish Horf a wonderful goodbye. All right. And I'll be on Wednesday. I'll be on Rim Mage's stream playing Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles with him, Monokonobo, and Nymphere. So I hope to see y'all for that as well at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be back here at Friday at 7 Eastern Time. Good night, everyone.